described why the cancellation attempts weren't successful for you.
Yeah.
Now, you said you demonstrated your ability to keep a calm head under fire, and that you did that well enough so the university actually recognized that, and that turned out to be of substantive benefit to you. But we don't know why it was that you maintained a calm head under fire, or how you did that without, well, having the reputation damage that was certainly directly implied by the accusation take you out. Like, was it good fortune? Were there things you did right? Like, how do you assess that?
Yeah. So that was not my first, as I mentioned at the beginning, this was not my first go around with this kind of thing. It helps to have some experience. It helps to have done some reading. The people have addressed, there's some good articles and essays out there about what to do when you're subject to these attacks. Some of them have make very good points. And so about 6 months ago, I posted an essay on my Substack.
What's the name of your Substack?
Unsafe Science.
Unsafe Science.
It's called My Vita of Denunciation.
Okay.
And it's called My Vita of Denunciation because it goes through several of these sorts of attacks that I have been through. And first place, it also goes through the tactics. It's a short version. I have a longer version in a different place, but it goes through a short version of how to deal with these attacks. So the very first piece is that if you find yourself in the midst of such an attack, go silent. Go silent. Do not engage. Do not engage with your attackers, because nearly all of these cancellation type attacks are massive, brutal, and short.
Right. And 2 weeks.
Yeah, and most.
That's right. Yeah.
Most.
And people forget. That's the weird thing, because the present is so large.
Yes.
You're going to panic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't
panic.
Don't panic.
That's right. Don't panic. Don't assume that it's going to be successful.
That's right.
Yeah. Because people, they might be interested in you today, but they weren't interested in you yesterday.
Right.
They probably won't be interested in you tomorrow.
And it's like as a kid, we used to go to the beach and body surf, and occasionally like a wave that was way bigger than you could handle would. And there was nothing you could do except let it wash over you and knock you around. And you come out and it washes you on shore.
Yeah, as long as you don't do anything to make it worse.
Yeah.
Like apologize, for example.
Well, I would add this. If you genuinely, in your heart of heart, believe you have done something wrong, then maybe you should apologize.
But
you should not apologize.
Let me add something to that.
Yeah.
No, not if you genuinely believe it, because you might not be your own best defender. That's why you have a Fifth Amendment. Seriously. Conscientious, guilt-prone people will accuse themselves so then I would say, if you feel that you've done something wrong, remember the presumption of innocence before provable guilt. Remember that. It applies to you too. And then go talk to 5 or 6 people that you trust and lay out the argument on both sides and see if they think you're the bad guy. Right.
Because, that's good. I agree with that.
You need that.
Yes, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm completely on board with that.
Don't assume that you're morally obligated to apologize.
That's right.
Even if you feel guilty.
That's right.
Because your guilt feelings are not an unerring indication of your guilt.
That's right. And may distort how you think about your culpability.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's a very good point.
This is why I think too the cancel mob is particularly effective against genuine conservatives, because genuine conservatives tilt towards higher conscientiousness, and it's very easy to make conscientious people feel guilty. Yeah. Right. So that can be weaponized. Yeah. Okay, so
all right. So
go silent.
Go silent.
Including, you can always apologize in a month after you've thought it through.
Absolutely.
If anyone still cares.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, go silent.
Go silent.
Yeah.
Record everything.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And
everything.
Everything. You don't know how you're going to use it. You may use it to defend yourself going forward, depending on how things unfold. You may decide after the wave of the attack passes that you want to counterattack.
Yeah, right.
You want some
carefully
level,
and strategically.
Carefully and strategically. And by recording everything, you have the raw material to damn your attackers. So that's it, right? So you go silent.
That's especially true if someone's interviewing you. Yeah, it's like record all of it.
Record all of it.
Yep.
Yeah, record all of it. Seek allies.
Yeah,
Because you may feel alone.
yeah,
Mobs are very good at coming after somebody who seems alone. But if you have networks, support networks, activate those networks. If you don't have them, and if you're in the intellectual type of professions, whether it's academia or mainstream media, could be in something else, you probably have a support network. Let them know what's going on. My experience has been, at least the kind of networks that I have, people will stand up for you. I mean, I had numbers of people writing essays that got posted in some pretty good places. Real Clear Politics, I think, was one, right? Yeah. On this Pops fiasco. So actually, of all places, the Chronicle of Higher Ed did some great reporting on it. And it really kind of damned the mob. And
that's also why you need that time of silence, is to muster your resources. Right?
Yes.
And you could also assume, even if people are nervous in the aftermath of the accusations for 2 or 3 days or a week even, they may come to their senses as the temperature drops.
Yes, that's right.
So,
that's absolutely right. And then, so go silent, record everything, activate your support networks.
Yeah.
And then again, it depends on the situation. It's going to vary from person to person and situation to situation. It depends in part on what your skills and resources are. But then you are ready to either defend yourself and or counterattack.
Okay.